Hey, what's going on, you guys? Like with you guys to the channel, it's your boy Big Dog back. And today I got a One Piece vid for you guys where we're gonna be talking about everybody's favorite red hair pirate, Eustace Kid, baby.
No. It's about Shanks.
Who?
Shanks.
Shanks. I thought you said it's gonna be about everybody's favorite red hair pirate.
No, I said the red hair
Or you
pirates.
said the red hair pirates.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my bad. But my bad. I guess we're gonna be talking about Shanks and his involvement in the new One Piece film Red. Now I know this information came out that we were getting this movie weeks ago, and I didn't do a video on YouTube about it. But I was like not on TikTok no more, so I'm just like, hey, I might as well do a YouTube video and talk about some of the things that I hope to see in this film because there are a couple. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the main thing is probably not gonna have. You already know what squad out rep. You know what I'm saying? Them real grave diggers right here, baby. You know what I'm saying? Ready to see us put Shanks on a T-shirt, but that ain't happening in this movie. But hopefully we get to see some other cool stuff from Red Hair Shanks. The film is called Film Red, which we've had Film Z, we've had Film Gold, we had Stampede, we had Strong Word, we had a couple other ones, but those are the four I usually like go to when I'm talking about like One Piece films. And I enjoyed those, you know what I'm saying? Strong World not so much just because I don't like how they did Shiki, but like the other ones I really enjoyed. Stampede Third Act kind of like fell off to me as well, but yeah, it's all good. In this one, we have a quote from Oda himself, which I think we typically always give these, but it says, "We're making a movie, Red. I'm tired of drawing legendary old men in movies, lol. Let me draw a girl. This is the character we wanted to create now. That's how it started. Did you know that the great director Goro Taniguchi, who now seems like he's making something totally different from One Piece, was actually the first person in the world to make Luffy into an anime? Now we have a lot of surprises in store for you. The new movie Red, please let your fantasy fuel your imagination while you look forward to it." Now, that's exactly what we about to do this video right here. We got to let the imagination go wild, start theorizing, like, is it canon, is it non-canon, all those good things. But while I do think since the addition of Shanks is going to be a big deal, there's a couple things I don't think are going to happen. And one of them, we won't get an interaction between Blackbeard and Shanks in this movie. I know. It's all good. There's no need for us to. We don't want to see. People don't want to see that on the big screen. Okay, people don't want to see one of their most beloved characters get put on a T-shirt on a big screen. I do, but that's probably not what we're gonna get. Also, another thing I don't think we're getting in this film is an interaction between Luffy and Shanks. I don't think Oda will want that final that come together moment between those two to happen in a movie, whether this movie is canon or non-canon. Okay, in which I think the certain parts are going to be canon, kind of like Strong World, like Chapter Zero was canon in that movie. The rest of it was non-canon. I kind of think they're gonna do the same thing with Shanks' backstory, which is probably going to be probably the most interesting part about this thing to me. Because a couple things I think, just as a simple One Piece viewer, there are certain things about it I would like. I've been dying to see for so long. One of those things is the relationship between Blackbeard and Shanks. Now, I don't think we're gonna see Yonko Shanks and Yonko Blackbeard, but I do think we might get the history of how Shanks got that scar, and it's like that that beautiful scar. You know, she looks so handsome with. I remember Blackbeard reminded him of that after the war. But nonetheless, I think we're gonna get that because I personally, this is my personal belief, I think Blackbeard was going after Shanks because he thought the Gum Gum fruit was actually the Yami Yami no Mi. And if you've seen both fruits, they look a little similar. And if Blackbeard gets word, oh, red hair just got a good, just hit the CP0, CP9 for an amazing devil fruit. And Blackbeard's like, oh, what color was it? It was purple. Okay, Blackbeard probably takes a chance. Hey, Pops, I'll be back. About to go check out something. He goes, fight Shanks for the devil fruit. Who knows what happened? It literally could have been like a fight could have came to a standstill. They fighting, going back and forth, and then the devil fruits exposed, and Blackbeard like, oh no, this is actually not what I needed. The fight just ends there, and he like leaves. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Or it could have been more than that. It could have. could have just lost. I don't think that would have been the case. I think he would have continued to chase after Shanks for that. But that's just Oda said, hey, he said, let your imagination run wild. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Another thing I think we all have to see, we have to see him and Mihawk. I feel like that is just a necessity at this point. I've grown so tired of Mihawk fans and Shanks fans all alike, but I just would love to see that their duo is put on screen in a movie, even if it's 5-10 minute scene or possibly even less than that. Just show me a couple of things of them going back and forth. Obviously, we know Mihawk apparently didn't lose because he still holds the title of World's Strongest Swordsman. And Oda not too long ago released a image. I want to say it's coming out in the next SBS, or it's just like it was. I know it's recent. It was like all the swordsmen of One Piece, and obviously we see Shanks on there, we see Rayleigh on there, we see Raj on there. I guess Miyagi was stronger than them. He just did, or they didn't get a chance to fight him. I don't necessarily know how it is that whole strongest swordsman thing is kind of a blur because Miyagi hasn't fought everybody on there, but he's still like regarded as like the strongest swordsman in the world. But hey, it is what it is. Whitebeard didn't fight everybody, and he got the title of world's strongest man. I guess because he destroyed the world. Who knows? That's kind of this thing that One Piece does, where it kind of like the lines are very, very blurry in a lot of areas. But yeah, I would love to see those duel between those two. I think it will give us some highlight to like Mihawk. It gives a highlight to Shanks. I don't know, and I know some stuff have to still kind of remain secretive. But that's still my whole thing. If you give us canon material for Shanks, I think it can work. Because obviously we know Shanks has Conqueror's Haki, and at this point I don't think it'd be a surprise to think Shanks knows how to use Conqueror's Code on his attacks. I think it's pretty much obvious simply because Kaido acknowledged him amongst other greats. And to our knowledge, he doesn't have a devil fruit. So I think that's probably like our best assumption that we have. So yeah, I think it would be good to see something showcased between them. Last but not least, and I think this is probably there's actually a couple more. The Shanks possibly being either being Rox Dieselbeck's son, which is a theory that a lot of people have, or Shanks being a celestial dragon. Because if you think about the incident at God Valley, I think it was 38 years ago to be exact. Shanks was 1 at the time, so definitely would have been born. Also, you have the moment where Raja and Rayleigh were talking about the last time they had a child, a baby on the crew. I think a lot of us are assuming that baby was Shanks. Don't forget, Shanks actually didn't become a Raja pirate till I think he was 8. So they probably had him, dropped him off somewhere, came back and got him when he was 8. Bada bing, bada boom. Shanks is part of the Red Hair Pirate, and either he was Rock's son. I'm not really part of the whole him being on Rock's crew thing. I don't think Rock's will have his 1-year-old son on a boat with sailing the seas with him, given what type of crew he had. That's just my personal belief. Granted, I don't know much about Rock's at all either, but I think the one where he could possibly be a celestial dragon, kind of like I would lean into that one more. Because they would kind of just mean like, hey, he was Celestial Dragon, but he got separated. Rox could have possibly killed his family. Roger just took him in because he didn't want just a kid just sitting there. And you know how Celestial Dragons are. Once your people are gone, they pretty much don't care about you. So Raj and them could have possibly took Shanks in. Then you have him rolling with the Roger Pirates at that point. And the world government could have possibly known this. That's why Sengoku stopped the war once Shanks said, hey, when Shanks showed up and asked him and Shanks asked to take Ace's and Whitebeard's body. And that's possibly why Shanks was able to go talk to the Gorosei. If you look at each time, they say the only reason I'm doing this is because it's you. That could be possibly mean like, hey, he has ties to the Celestial Dragons, or it could have just possibly mean, hey, you're the least most what's the word I'm looking for?
Least most reckless. It's a C word. Come on, it's not that word. It's not the white people word that they had to use. What is it? You're the least most. It's not controversial. You're the least most. You keep up the least commotion. That's not the word I'm looking for either. It's not coming to me. I guess.
It's not the chillest either, but that's what I'm pretty much gonna go with at this point. He's the most laid back Yonko of them all. You know what I'm saying? Even the way he became a Yonko was pretty laid back. You know, he's still a pirate though. So yeah, that could possibly, I would like to see that in now, because I feel like we're gonna get to the story during our main continuity with stuff going on in the manga. We not really, Oda's not gonna have time to flush out all of these characters, because I kind of feel like he's getting to the point where he's like, okay, I'm having to like wrap things up, not completely, but like kind of sort of, right? So I kind of feel like that's what's happening at this point. Now we also have the one that I think I want to see the most is like his confrontation with Kaido at Marineford, because we still haven't got an explanation as to why Kaido was going to Marineford. The only information we do have, and it comes from the world government, and at this point, how much do we trust the world government's like judgment on certain things? Like they don't ever know what's going on, and every time they send somebody like trying to see what's happening, the ships get destroyed, because between the meeting between Whitebeard and Shanks, they tried to send people there. All of their ships got destroyed. It's like happens literally every single time. So in this situation, they think, they assume that Kaido was using this opportunity to go take down Whitebeard, which is a possibility, but at the same time, I don't feel like that's something Kaido would do. Don't get me wrong, Kaido's not the most honorable fighter, you know what I'm saying? But he did kill somebody for interrupting this fight with Odin, so I don't think he would want to take that opportunity to fight Whitebeard when Whitebeard is preoccupied. I just don't think that was, you know what I'm saying? I think there's more to it. So I would want to see his interaction with Shanks. And we know King was with Kaido. Shanks was with his entire crew. He wasn't with his fleet, but he was with his crew, his 10 executives, and it was Kaido and King, so they were stopped, which is not too surprising. Even though Kaido, you know what I'm saying, wants to die and everything, I don't think that was a battle he needed to have right then. And I don't think anybody would think Kaido, well, I don't think most people think Kaido was scared, because considering the fact that he's already taken on, it said that he's taken on the 4 Yonkos single-handedly, and he's taking on the Marines single-handedly. So it's like, okay, it's not a surprise, or it's not, you know, out of the ordinary for Kaido to go take on somebody. I think that situation was more than we're led to believe. But we don't know what happened exactly, so that's why I would like to see it. I would like to see Shanks show Kaido something, or like show his strength, or where Kaido realize like, oh, this guy, this red hair, you're actually impressive. You know, you're the most chillest out of all of us, Yonko. Well, then again, I don't know. Big Mom's pretty chill too. She pretty much like a house mouse. She don't leave she don't leave the house. She just sit at the house and like fucks all day. But yeah, yeah. So I don't know exactly what happened. I think I would like that stuff to be cleared up. It just like, to me, I'm at the point now where like the mystique is kind of wearing off of me for certain things, and not like I'm starting to want answers from stuff, and so that's one of the biggest ones I would like clear this whole thing up about Kaido turning around. Because how do you convince Kaido to not go to a war? That's my guy's. That's this type of party. You know what I'm saying? And how do they even like? He literally flies. So if he want, like, literally him and King fly, like, how would the Red Empires be able to stop him if he's just flying and shit? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like weird to me. So I wonder what Shanks and that Kaido's conversation was about after. I'm pretty sure it was like a brief little skirmish. Now, enough about Shanks. Let's talk about the person who was actually involved in this. Now, one of the things Oda said, he's tired of drawing legendary old men. I'm gonna have to say, Oda, I don't think a lot of people sharing that sentiment, man, because Shiki is awesome, Z was awesome, Bullet was awesome until he turned into the giant Megazord. The guy from Gold, he was kind of so I don't quite remember him that well. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen that movie once in theater, and that was the only time I watched it. But it was cool. But yeah, I don't mind those old guys, especially Z was awesome. But this one, it seems like a young lady, and then not only that, it seems like she has a microphone, or like the headset, mic. I don't know. Maybe she's a gamer, maybe she's a YouTuber, maybe she be on Twitch. I don't know. And she also seems like she got wings, so like a little fairy wings, or it could be something like Lafitte's. Her and Lafitte, they could have something in common with the wings and stuff. I don't know. I could be reaching, or she can possibly be a Lunarian. I mean, King got wings. Her wings seem to be a little bit smaller. We don't know, but if this person is the main antagonist of this story, which I'm assuming they are. I mean, that hasn't been confirmed. The only thing we have to go off is that image. But typically, when those images are released, that person we see is typically the main antagonist of said film. If this person is the main antagonist of this film, which I think it has to be them, and I think this film's still going to be focused on the Straw Hats, but this person is going to have ties to Shanks. Obviously, I think it's going to have to be. That's the only way I can see this rolling, because I don't think they're going to have a One Piece film without the Straw Hats and without them still being the central focus of the main story. But my whole thing is who is this person and how strong is this person? Because we have to realize the Straw Hats, most of the Straw Hats, have reached a new level. And by the time this film comes out, I'm assuming Wano will be over by that time, but I could be wrong. It's been going on for a while, so there's no telling when it ends. But even then, we still know what level Luffy and some of the rest of the Straw Hats are at, particularly like Zoro, Sanji, possibly Yamato. I don't know. That's why it's gonna be super interesting to see what the cast is when once this film comes out, or when we get some more promotional material, because we'll know exactly who's all inside the crew. Now, consider the fact that this person does seem I think on his arm they have song. I think wrote in Japan. I think that's what it was. I think it's called song. So maybe this person is a musician. We already know it's a young lady. I don't know how young. Young in One Piece could be 40. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? And that would make sense if they're 30 or 40. They could still mean they had ties to Shanks and stuff like that. But yeah, the strength thing is gonna be really, because you're gonna have somebody who's up there that's able to take on Luffy, because you're not finna give me just any random person. You know what I'm saying? But there's also some stuff I'm looking forward to seeing just as far as the comedy aspect. One, it's a female who sings. Shout out to my boy Brooke. My boy Brooke probably gonna be spitting hella game. Even though I would love to see my boy Pooh integrated in this some kind of way, just because as far as music goes, I'm rocking with a Pooh all day. Okay, it's called the Roar of the Sea for a reason, people. So I would love to see him just in here as far as the music goes. And then you have Luffy fighting probably gonna be fighting a woman, which is probably not gonna go well with Sanji. So that's just gonna be another funny thing. And these crews that they go up against always have interesting members, and the main thing is music. So I don't know if they're gonna fight somebody with different instruments or something like that, different devil fruit powers that work with that crew's instruments. I think it's gonna be something like that, and I think that would be cool. But my biggest thing is how strong is this person going to be for them? Certain people, you was able to just keep out the loop, okay? And I think that's what they do a lot of times. Oh, this person's been here the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's like they did with Z. It's oh, well, he left. He left the Navy and never came back. Bullet was in the Impel Down this entire time. Shiki did break out, and he's still technically around chilling somewhere. So this one kind of gonna be along those lines, but somebody to be this strong, able to take on Luffy, is gonna be kind of how did you really go unnoticed this entire time? So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think it's gonna have some pretty good. I think it's gonna be just like the other One Piece films for the most part, as far as the fun, and then they always still give you some good backstory. But I think the backstory with this one will be a little bit more complicated, because you're probably going to have to give whoever this person is their backstory, while also giving us probably their relationship with Shanks, because that's the only way I feel this can have anything to do with Shanks, Maybe this person's trying to get revenge on Shanks or something. Because I feel like, what other purpose would Shanks serve? Because once again, I don't see him interacting with Luffy in this movie. I don't see any other way you can play this other than this person used to have some sort of relationship with Shanks, and we're seeing through their perspective. But I still kind of feel like Shanks is going to be involved in the movie some kind of way. It's a lot of speculation, and like you really have to just like, wait for something else, because the only thing right as of right now, all we have is one picture and one statement from Oda that really gives away nothing. So who knows? We'll find out. Only time will tell. I'm expecting this to be pretty interesting, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of One Piece fans are going to be happy with this film, especially because they finally see their Lord and Savior Shanks. But it's all good. Like I said, like I told people not too long ago, I want them to enjoy it. I want them to love it. I want them to cherish it. Like I said, I want this movie to make them fall in love with Shanks. I want them to appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? For people who don't like him, I want this movie to make him win them over. I want him to become their favorite character. I hope we get to see the crew after Oda also just released like the names of his entire crew or whatever. You can go check that out online. I'm not about to go about that whole thing. But yeah, I want everybody to fall for these characters, because that's going to make. Hold on, I can't look at the screen. I can't look at the screen. I'm gonna look at the actual camera, because all these people falling in love with Shanks is going to make his death that much sweeter. It's going to be that much more pleasant for me, a Blackbeard fan, the future king of the pirates. It's going to make that feeling so much sweeter once we put the entire red hair pirates and their fleet on a t-shirt. Okay. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll catch up with you guys later. Until next time.